figures to be a great one tonight. This is how you want to wrap up a regular season and get yourself into playoff mode with a game like this. Mayfield checks in at 9-0. A win tonight gets them their first 10-0 season in regular season anyway, since 1984. So go back 35 years since then. They would also be the outright champions in the Western Reserve Conference. They already know they're going to have a home game next week, week 11, in the playoffs. So it would be basically a cherry on top of what's been already a tremendous season for Ross Bandera and the Mayfield Wildcats. So that's what's at stake for Mayfield. For Kenston, the defending state champions in Division III, they are 8-1. Now, a win for them gets them a share of the conference championship with at least Mayfield, potentially Chardon. If the Hilltopper win tonight as well, then there would be a three-way share of the conference championship. But more importantly for the Bombers, get the win, and it would likely secure a home playoff game next week in Division III, Region 9, as they seek to defend their state championship. A loss probably won't knock them out of the playoff chase. They're not at this point what's considered a lock, but they're in a good enough position where they're probably going to be in the postseason no matter what. But a victory against a Division II team with the second level points that the Wildcats have coming into tonight would be huge for Kenston. They would love nothing more to be right back here at Bomber Stadium next Friday night to open up what is going to be, I'm telling you, I've mentioned it the last couple weeks, and I truly believe this. I think Division III Region 9 is going to be amongst the most must-see playoff chases of any region in high school football here in the state of Ohio in the playoff race. I just think with, you've got Kenston, Chardon, Aurora, Streetsboro, just kind of in northeast Ohio, and then you add in St. Vincent, St. Mary, and then, oh, by the way, there's New Philadelphia, Steubenville. I mean, it's who's ever going to get out of that region and get to Canton, or get to the Final Four, and then potentially get to Canton is going to earn it. It's going to be a tough road. So that's kind of what's to come here for Kenston. First things first, they want to get a win here at home on senior night. A huge senior class was recognized and honored here as we got tonight. You think about some of the seniors who were here for this renaissance of this program, and certainly for a state championship last year. The likes of, the captains, right, are already, you sit there and you go, wow, what a group. John Tom Kupsik, the quarterback, Jack Porter, the running back, couple of all-state guys, Tyler Mintz, who will be all-state this year as a wide receiver, George Sell, and Logan Vargo. Those are just the captains. It's a great senior class. They want to go out here in the regular season on a high note, hopefully be back here next week for the start of the playoffs and defend their championship. And you think about Mayfield, they've been the last couple of years. They've been right around a 500 team. 4-6 in Ross Bandera's first year in 2016. Then they were 6-4 last year, 5-5. But it was good enough to get to the playoffs, so they ended up being 5-6. We saw them, and actually in Week 10 last year, we saw them over at Riverside. But this year's team has been better. We kind of thought last year, that was one takeaway I remember Matt Florjancic and I had when we watched Mayfield last year, was give this team a year and they're going to get better. And Michael Huss operating the offense is better. Isabella Dostal, and by the way, Isabella, we'll get back to that in a second. His brother Andy had a good night last night in the NFL, but Joey Isabella, Billy Guzzo, Ben Sherlock, Joey Dostal, all having great years as wide receivers. Joey Succi having a good year running the football. And I think that the key, though, this year for the Wildcats has been their defense. They're doing a terrific job putting pressure on the quarterback from their defensive line. Dom DeMuth and Marco Tremontano, between them, have combined for 20 sacks this year. So it's going to be a challenge for this Kenston offensive line and for every offensive line moving forward here as we get ready for the playoffs. The Kenston Bombers are about to run out under their tunnel here and head into the stadium here. We're just about ready to go here for tonight's game. We'll have updates certainly from other key games throughout the area tonight. This is not the only conference championship or play-in type of game that's going on around the area. You have others, certainly, games we were looking at actually as nominees. You had, we'll keep an eye on that Brunswick-Medina game in Division I, Region 1. Also, you've got Cleveland Heights and Maple Heights. That's a big one tonight. We'll keep our eyes on that one. In Division 2, you've got Wadsworth and Brecksville Broadview taking on each other tonight. That actually, it's one of those scenarios. You may see those two teams play each other again next week. It's kind of like the winner of that one might end up being home next week to face the opposite. So they might be right back at Arkwright Stadium next week in Wadsworth if the Grizzlies win at home tonight. So that's just a sample of some of the key games that we'll be watching tonight. But again, for these two teams, different goals tonight, but both coaches saying this week in the build-up to this game that, look, especially in Mayfield's case, they're 9-0. They've clinched the home playoff game. They've clinched at least a share of the conference title. But you're not going to see any of the starters being rested in the fourth quarter or anything like that if it's a tight ball game. Everybody plays. This is one they want. They want to win this game. And there's talk about the seniors for both these two teams. Last year it was Kenston who won the match 28 2 years ago. It was the Wildcats who won it, so it's kind of the rubber game in this series in this Western Reserve Conference. We will see the Kenston Bomber offense on field to start the game, as they will go right to left here in this first half. And Mayfield will have Henry Pernsteiner to kick it off. Tyler Mintz, Jay Middleton back deep to receive for the Bombers. 9-0 versus 8-1. Conference championship on the line tonight here in Geauga County. Buckle up. This is going to be a fun one tonight. And we are ready to go as Pernsteiner approaches the football. And tonight's game is underway. Mintz will make the catch at the 5-yard line, middle of the field to the 15, sidesteps his way to the 16, and then he's pushed back there. They'll give Tyler forward progress to the 17-yard line and call it 1st and 10 from there. Senior quarterback John Tom Kufsick engineers this high-powered Bomber offense. Jack Porter at running back, Ryan Miller the tight end, Tyler Mintz, Jay Middleton, and J.P. Germano are the wide receivers. On the offensive line, George Sell, Jeremiah Jones, Justin Schroeder, Harris Skaramagas, and Todd Gruden tackle to tackle. First and 10 for the Bombers as we get underway here at Kenston Bomber Stadium. Shotgun for Tom Kufsick. Porter stands to his left with 4 wide receivers on this 1st and 10. Porter gets the snap. Or Tom Kufsick gets the snap, gives to Porter, He'll cross the 20, and Porter moves the pile nicely out near the 23-yard line. Good head of steam on first down for Jack Porter. Mayfield does a good job against the run. But the Bombers really feel like they want to get Porter going and give Tom Kufsick an opportunity to be able to throw on some play-action passes here and soften up the defense. Second down at about 5. Tom Kufsick to throw. He's got time. Looks left, and it's incomplete for Middleton. Late pressure coming in. Joey Dostal was in the backfield there for Mayfield. And it's going to be incomplete. It's kind of made Tom Kufsick rush that throw there on second down. So there'll be a 3rd and 5 coming up at the Bomber 23. Mayfield on defense, DeMuth, Trey Montano, and Walker up front. Shimon Walker, the other defensive end. Clay Cunningham, Eddie Barch, Joey Dostal, Heath Brandenburg are the linebackers. 3rd and 5 for Kenston at their own 23. Tom Kufsick on a quick drop. Fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Threw it behind Tyler Mintz. But Tom Kufsick was being pressured and had to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Adam Jablonski, the cornerback, was on coverage for Mayfield. He's in the back in the secondary with Jeremiah Jackson, as the corners Timmy Steffens and Billy Guzzo are the safeties. So 4th and 5. Tom Kufsick, of course, is the punter. But right now, the Bombers giving the look as if they might go for it, and now they'll stretch out to 5 wides, and Tom Kufsick takes a couple of steps back to show punt, and he'll get the kick away. It will go inside the 40. Mayfield's going to let it roll inside the 30, and it'll be down at the 29. I got to tell you, whoever downed that, I think it was Jay Middleton. If he'd been a little bit more patient, I think he would have gotten another 5 or 6 yards at least on the roll there. So Mayfield will start at about their own 28-yard line. Billy Guzzo is the one who let that punt go for the Wildcats. Guzzo, one of the 4 wide receivers with Ben Sherlock, Joey Isabella, and Joey Dostal for the Wildcats. Joey Sushi is the running back Michael Huss at the quarterback. 1st and 10, Wildcats near their own 29-yard line. No score underway here in this first quarter. Huss to throw. Looks deep over the middle. Pass caught at the 50. It's Isabella to the 45, and they'll put him down near the Kenston 41-yard line. Huss with some good protection that time and able to get it to Joey Isabella for his 33rd catch of the year. And the Wildcats quickly to the line of scrimmage. Huss, little middle screen to Guzzo, and the officials will blow it dead. I don't think everybody was quite ready to go there, including the chain gang. So, wipe out that play, and we'll do it again at 1st and 10. Evan Schmidt, Eli Harrison, Michael Milano, Luke Saris, and Marco Tremontano, who's a 300-pounder on that offensive line. Tremontano is at right tackle. Luke Saris, who's 260 pounds, is at right guard. So they're going to run. A lot of times they'll run over to the right. Suchi will stand next to Michael Huss in the pistol from the 41 of Kenston. First down, they'll go right back to that bubble screen. Guzzo at the 35, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the Bomber 33. So it's about a gain of 8 to Billy Guzzo on first down. That's his 32nd catch of the year. I'll say 2nd down and 1, so give Guzzo a 9-yard pickup. Wildcats on the move here in this first quarter. On the ground, Suchi inside the 30, and he'll be put down at about the 27-yard line. Eric Dombrowski, the defensive end for the Bombers, makes the stop. But the Wildcats are moving very quickly here as they'll spot it. After that first down pickup, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 26-yard line. It's moving along the lines. And now it'll be the give to Isabella on a little jet sweep. He'll run to the right and be put down at about the 22-yard line. Logan Vargo from his linebacker spot with some help from Tyler Mintz on the tackle for the Bombers. So Isabella will pick up about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Eric Dombrowski, Max Check, and Tim Matty are up front for this Kenston defense. Although we'll see George Sell get some time in at nose, and he's actually in the nose right now. Trips left for Mayfield on 2nd down and 5. The throw left side is incomplete, looking for Dostal on a slant at about the 15-yard line. And he was being covered over there by Connor Kramer. And it'll set up a 3rd down. 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Wildcats at the Kenston 23-yard line. 9:07 to play here in the first quarter. No score. The Wildcats of Mayfield on the march. 3rd and 6. Bombers showing blitz. Huss to throw. Has time. Now he's flushed. In trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 35-yard line. Tim Matty picks up his 11th sack of the year from his defensive end spot. That is a loss of about 12 on that sack by Matty. And that sets up a 4th and way long for the Wildcats. Move it back to the 34. So it's 4th and about 17, 18? 4th and 18. Now you're too close to punt here. Although Huss can punt, they may try to pin him in. Yeah, he's gonna punt it. And let's see if he can pin them deep. Nope, it's gonna go to the end zone for a touchback. I think it was Billy Guzzo who was trying to down it inside the 5, but couldn't quite get there in time. So the sack by Tim Matty really comes in handy for Kenston to stop the Wildcat Express, and the Bombers will take over 1st and 10 at the 20 with 8:19 to play first quarter, no score. And our WKYC.com high school football game of the week. This week's vote was a landslide. Between this game, we had let's see, what do we have? Wadsworth and Brecksville, and we had Brunswick and Medina, and frankly, it wasn't that close. A lot of people wanted us to be out here at Bomber Stadium to see these two heavyweights go at it. And, here we are. All right, so the Bombers, their second possession here this first quarter, as they'll have 1st and 10 at their own 20. Tom Kupsik will have Porter to his right with 3 wide receivers right side. On first down and 10. And it'll be a give to Jack Porter. Makes a nice cut to the 25 and spins forward out near the 29-yard line. Eddie Barch, the linebacker for the Wildcats, just got a little piece of Porter there and was able to put him down just shy of the first down marker. It's a gain of 9 for Porter, 2nd and 1. As the Bombers will go 3 wide receivers to the left this time. Porter to the left of Tom Kupsik. Porter will get the carry again. He'll get the first down, and he'll plunge out forward to about the 34-yard line. Another gain of 5 for senior running back Jack Porter, who came into tonight's game averaging 6 yards a carry. Went over 1,000 yards last week. He's a 10.25 coming into tonight's game with 10 touchdowns. He had 2,400 yards last year, counting playoffs, and 32 touchdowns. Tom Kupsik. Again, trips left side on first down. Back it goes to Porter. And Porter will cross the 35 and out to the 37-yard line. As again, Eddie Barch came over to make the tackle for the Wildcats. And that'll be a gain out to the 38-yard line. So a gain of about 4 for Jack Porter, 2nd and 6. 3 straight runs to Porter to start this drive here for the Bombers. Porter to the left of Tom Kupsik. And this time, Tom Kupsik will fake to Porter and keep it. Mayfield stays home and brings him down back at the 35-yard line. John slipped a little bit, but Marco Tremontano was not buying that fake for an instant and really closed up that play quickly. That will be a loss of 3 and bring up a 3rd and 9. Well, you knew they were going to do something to try to throw Mayfield off after the consecutive runs to Porter, and Wildcat defense right on top of it. 3rd and 9 as Mayfield showing a blitz here. Dostal moves up from his linebacker spot near the defensive line. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side for Kenston. 3rd and 9, Tom Kupsik to throw, guns it left side, pass is incomplete, looking for J.P. Germano at the 39-yard line. And Nick Cunningham was over there on the far side on coverage for Mayfield. Sets up a 4th and 9. And a likely punting situation here for Tom Kupsik and Kenston. With 6:03 to play here in the first quarter. Guzzo in single safety at his own 30. Just always have to remember, Tom Kupsik, quarterback punter. You never know what he could do here. Gets the snap, and he'll angle the kick to the right. Guzzo will make the catch at the 28, breaks a tackle, goes to the 35, and runs out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Pretty good return for Billy Guzzo. I think they actually give him an extra yard to the 41, and Mayfield will have good field position. With under 6 minutes now to play in this first quarter, 5:53. And no score here between Kenston and Mayfield so far. Saw Timmy Steffens check in at wide receiver. He, Isabella, and Ben Sherlock are out wide right. Dostal wide left on first down to give Succi. And he'll cross the 40 to the 42, maybe the 43, but very little running room that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 9. Anthony Bellacci on that Kenston linebacking core made the tackle. Frank DeMarco, Michael Payton, and Logan Vargo round out the linebackers for the Bombers. Alex Castro and Jay Middleton are the corners. Tyler Mintz and Tyler Kostranek are the safeties. 2nd and about 8 for the Wildcats. Near their own 44. Again, Succi will get the carry. He'll cross the 45 and plunge out to the 47-yard line. So he gets about 4, and it sets up a 3rd and 4. Quick moving first quarter as we go under 5 minutes to play. No score. Mayfield approaches midfield. They'll bring Clay Cunningham in as a wide receiver. So you've got Clay Cunningham, Nick Cunningham, and Ben Sherlock trips right. 3rd and 4. Clay Cunningham goes in motion left. Again, it's Succi getting the carry, and he should have the first down. He got forward progress inside the Kenston 49-yard line, then got pushed back there. But from the initial spot, that should be more than enough for a first down. Again, much like Kenston, Mayfield really trying to establish the run and get Joey Succi going. But he, like Jack Porter, over 1,000 yards this year, 1,038 yards coming into tonight with 8 touchdowns, averaging 6 yards a carry. This time it'll be a quick out for Huss, looking right side, incomplete, looking for Sherlock inside the 30-yard line. Ben trying to make a diving catch as he was covered by Tyler Kastranik. But nice job by Huss trying to get just a quick play while everybody was kind of getting lined up after that first down run, trying to catch Kenston off guard there. 2nd down and 10. Just overshot Ben Sherlock. But you love the balance on this wide receiver core. Guzzo, 31 catches. Sherlock, 23. Isabella, 32. And Dostal, 23. Can't key on one guy. 2nd and 10. They'll fake the jet sweep. Huss looking left side. He's got a man open, overthrown again at the 25-yard line. Over on the far side, I believe it was Billy Guzzo, who had a step on Alex Castro, and Huss just had a little bit too much on that football. A little more air, and that's probably a touchdown. 3rd and 10. But you see the approach after running it on 3 straight plays with Succi. They've been trying to go up top on the last 2. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Huss rolls left, has time, stops, fires left side, incomplete. As he was looking downfield at the 30-yard line for Joey Isabella, but that was really more or less of a coverage play there. It was good coverage downfield. Finally, the Bombers got in on Huss's face and made him kind of hurry that throw as Eric Dombrowski and Anthony Velacci were applying pressure. And Huss will have to kick it away here on 4th down with 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. We are scoreless. Tyler Mintz in single safety at his own. He's backpedaling now inside the 15-yard line. Huss steps up near the line. Now he'll go back about 10 yards here on this 4th and 10. Good snap, gets the kick away. Mintz will let it roll inside the 15, and it will roll to a stop. It was about to take a Kenston roll, and the Wildcats will down it right about at the 15-yard line. Both these quarterback punters have had good years kicking football. Huss averaging 40 yards per punt. Tom Kupsik averaging 37 yards. But so far in terms of the field position wars, it's been advantage Mayfield. But to this point, we've had no scoring. Really the key play of the game to this point as Mayfield was driving was the sack by Tim Matty. All right, Kenston back to work. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. They'll go trips to the right and send Middleton in motion left. He'll get the handoff on the jet sweep, cuts to the outside, gets to the 20, and run out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Nick Cunningham was in pursuit for the Wildcats. That's Middleton's 4th rush of the season. He does have a touchdown, but he and Mintz will both do the jet sweeps for the Bombers, I should say, pretty effectively, and he got 6 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd and 4. Germano, Middleton, and Mintz all out wide right. Porter stands to the right of John Tom Kupsik. It'll be Jack Porter getting the carry, and Mayfield swarms him under and brings him down, probably for a loss, back to the 20-yard line. Dom DeMuth helped to pull him down for that 1-yard loss. And it will be 3rd down now and 5 for the Bombers. Impressive showing so far by this Mayfield defense. 2 receivers to each side, including tight end Ryan Miller. 3rd and 5 for the Bombers. Here's John Tom Kupsik to throw. Has plenty of time. Looks deep right side. Mintz with a catch for a 1st down at the 35. Keeps on its feet. Runs along the right sideline and put down at the 46-yard line. That was a heck of a throw by John Tom Kupsik. He was, if you can visualize, he was over on the left hash, and he threw the ball all the way out beyond the right hash across the field, and there's a flag down. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line, and it's a 1st down. Gain of 26 on that pass play. Tom Kupsik to Mintz. Well, Tyler Mintz, that puts him very close to 1,000 yards receiving this year. He had 963 coming into this evening, so he's 1 yard shy after that 26-yard catch. And he's got 12 touchdown catches this year. 1st and 10, whatever the flag was, it's apparently not an issue. And it'll be Jack Porter getting the carry. Tries to run left, reverses, and gets put down back to the 44. Well, against most teams, Jack Porter can kind of shift and weave and pick his hole a little bit, but against Mayfield's, they're really closing the gaps quickly. Grant Woods, the linebacker, was able to kind of bring him down after Trey Montano closed the hole. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. We are approaching 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score. Kenston 2nd and 12 at their own 44-yard line. They will go trips left, and Porter will shift now to the right of John Tom Kufsick, who looks to throw, has all kinds of time, shoots one over the middle. Middleton's got it at the 30, and down at the 26 for a first down for the Bombers. Now when Tom Kufsick has that kind of time, he can burn you, and Jay Middleton gets the first down catch all the way to the Mayfield 25. Boy, another dart thrown by Tom Kufsick. And he's got the Bomber offense now ready to go at the 25. Jack Porter gets the carry, runs to his right inside the 25 and down at the 24, only about a gain of 1 for Porter. Suddenly now, earlier in this quarter, Porter had some room to run. He's not had a lot of room on this drive. 2nd and 9 for the Bombers at the Mayfield 24 as we approach 1:30 to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless at the moment. Ryan Miller goes tight on the left. 3 receivers here for Kenston. Germano and Mintz go out wide left. Middleton wide right. 2nd and 9. And the give is to Jack Porter. Makes a nice move. Runs to his right inside the 21 and down near the 20. Yeah, Porter did a great job to get himself out of the line of scrimmage, but Billy Guzzo was able to come up from his safety spot to close it quickly. Give Porter about 3 on that carry. It'll be 3rd and 6 as we go under now 45 seconds to play in this opening quarter. This time Middleton will go out wide left along with Mintz and Germano. Miller is your tight end on the right side. Porter to the right of Tom Kufsick on 3rd and 6. The give is to Porter. He'll run left, cuts inside, then nowhere to go as he gets put down just inside the 20. They might mark him at the 19. So give Porter 2, and it'll set up 4th and 4. And I would imagine Jeff Grubich will let this first quarter clock run down and figure out what he wants to call on 4th and 4. Still haven't they marked the football yet? Yeah, they have. Okay. So it'll be at the 19, and that will do it for the first quarter. So, you know, the idea there with the Porter run on 3rd down is you see, okay, how close can I get before 4th down? And now you open up the playbook a little bit and you figure out what you want to do. Now, they could, I mean, Blake Torres has kicked a 40-yard field goal this year, so they could opt for that. I mean, from where it is at the 19, it would be a roughly 36-yard field goal. Is that right? No, that's right. Yeah, about a 36-yarder. So they could opt for that, but I would imagine, knowing Coach Grubich and knowing Kenston, they're going to go for it here and try and snag the first down. But no scoring here thus far with these 2 explosive teams, Mayfield and Kenston. It's been a very defensive first half. Just watching right now as Kenston gets their offense. Jeff Grubich is talking with Jack Porter here, so see if we might see something here with Jack. I was talking to some of our fellow media people here in the booth. One thing would be interesting to see tonight and into the postseason, assuming Kenston gets there. Will they use? I'll be interested to see if they use Porter more as a receiver. We saw that as we got into the playoffs last year. Just figuring out how to get football in his hands. All right, 4th and 4, Kenston at the Mayfield 19. Tom Kufsick will have Porter to his right, 4 wide receivers, including Miller, as he and Middleton are out wide right, Germano, Mintz wide left. Here we go on 4th and 4. Tom Kufsick back to throw, and we've got flags down. I think we're going to have a false start coming up against the Bombers. And that will drive a coach nuts. You just had a chance during that break in the action on the quarter break to talk about what you wanted to do here and talk about what the snap count was going to be, and then you have a pre-snap penalty. So instead of 4th and 4, it's now going to be 4th and 9, and now you're going to see Blake Torres come in. So from where it is, it's going to be, Mintz will put it down at the 31, so it's going to be a 41-yard attempt. It would be the longest of the year, and I would imagine for Blake it would be the longest of his career if he can boot this through. But that penalty really comes back to hurt the Bombers. All right, here we go as they try to get some points here. Ball is down. Kick is up. Looked like it was partially blocked. It had no chance to get there. I think Marco Tremontano came in and got a paw on that football. Timmy Steffens was in there quickly as well. So just kind of swarmed out in, and really Torres never had a chance there on that field goal attempt. So again, it all's predicated, though, on the penalty. We had pretty much a penalty-free first quarter, but that false start really comes back to hurt Kenston. And Mayfield will take over at their own 20. And for the first time tonight, we're going to have Tyler Carey providing us some scores here. We'll pass those on to you here in just a few moments. No score here at Kenston Bomber Stadium. 11:53 to go here in quarter number 2. Kenston 8-1, Mayfield 9-0. Wildcats looking for their first 10-0 season since 1984, and an outright conference championship here in the Western Reserve. 1st and 10 Wildcats on the ground. Sushi, he'll get to about the 23-yard line and then put down there. Logan Vargo and Eric Dombrowski make the tackle for the Bombers. They'll give Sushi a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Pretty impressed with Kenston's defense. I mean, we obviously saw what they could do last year in the run for a state championship, and they looked good early in the season when we were here in week 2 for Chagrin Falls. They don't get the box office as Huss will keep it, runs to the 25, breaks a nice tackle at the 30, gets to the 35, still on his feet, and finally knocked out of bounds by Tyler Mintz at the 39-yard line. Huss, that's his 44th carry of the season. I mean, he averages close to 4 yards a carry. That was a nice piece of running once he broke that initial tackle, and he picks up the first down. Got about 16 on that run. Huss quickly now in the bubble screen pass, caught at the 40-yard line, and we're going to flag down as Steffens is, I think that Sherlock is wrestled out of bounds at the 43. It's a gain of 4. Let's check on the penalty, though. Clipper, a block at the knees or something like that against Mayfield. It's going to back them up here. It gives us a chance while they subtract that penalty. Here are your scores here. Jackson and Hoover knotted up at 7 in the first quarter. Riverside and Willoughby South are scoreless in the first. Hudson and Twinsburg are scoreless first quarter. Dover leading New Philadelphia 7-0 in the second. That's big in Region 9. Chardon and Eastlake North scoreless in the first quarter. Woodridge leading Ravenna 3-0 in the first. More scores coming up. As Huss will throw deep right side. He's got a man open. Incomplete at the 40-yard line. Oh, he had Ben Sherlock open for a moment. Tyler Kostranek closed in on him, but just overshot him. It'll be 2nd and 20 after that penalty. Back at the 29-yard line of the Wildcats. Again, we haven't had many penalties here so far, but both have come back to hurt their respective teams here. Mayfield facing a 2nd and 20. Sherlock will come out here on the near side. You've got then 3 receivers in a bunch on the left side. Here's a pitch out, and it's going to be, I believe, that's Suchi. He'll go to the 35 and get wrestled down at about the 38-yard line by Anthony Velacci, back near the original line of scrimmage. And they may actually spot him at the 39, so give him 10 on that run, and it sets up a 3rd down and 10. Yeah, just kind of a little quick pitch to Suchi out of the shotgun. Sherlock and Guzzo are going to go out to the right. Actually, you'll see there's a receiver deep right. That's Guzzo, and then you got the three receivers in the bunch over on the near right. 3rd and 10. They'll fake the pitch. Huss with a throwback left. Dostal's got it, and Kenston reads it beautifully. They'll put him down right at the 40-yard line. Well read by the Kenston Bombers. Michael Payton among those up there. Connor Kramer as well on the tackle. Good job by Kramer staying home there. And it sets up a 4th down and 9. So Huss will punt it away here to Vargo. And make that Vince. And back and forth we go. Two defenses really controlling things to this point. Huss will backpedal now to his own 29 to await the snap. Mintz in single safety at his 24. Kick is away. Line drive. Mintz will pick it up on the bounce at the 14. Runs to his left and gets belted at the 16-yard line. Good coverage downfield by Mayfield. And again, Kenston will start with poor field position at their own 16-yard line. Bombers been able to move the football last couple drives. That's on that 4th and 4, that false start penalty really came back to hurt them as they really got in scoring position for the first time tonight. So at the 16, 1st and 10, 9:21 to go, first half. We are scoreless here at Kenston High School. As the Bombers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Tom Kufsick gives it to Porter. And Porter will kind of squirt his way through for a couple yards out to the 19. Give him 3 on the pickup. It'll be 2nd and 7. More scores from Mr. Carey. Menor leading Strongsville 14-7. That's in the first quarter. Avon over Amherst 14-0 in the first. Cleveland Heights, Maple Heights scoreless in the first quarter. Ashland leading Worcester 7-3. That is in the first. As on 2nd and 7. Porter again will get it, and this time not really nowhere to go. He might have gotten about a half yard on the play. Eddie Barch made the tackle for the Wildcats. They'll mark it right about at the 20, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 from there. Kent Roosevelt and Barberton are scoreless first quarter, and Medina already leading Brunswick 14-0 in the first. Yeah, Bees want to be playing in week 11. They've had a nice year, all things considered for Medina. They've had a nice year, Larry Laird and company. 6, Tom Kufsick will keep it and breaks a tackle, but he's going to be brought short of the first down. They'll put him down at the 24-yard line. And they're going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Dom DeMuth made the stop for the Wildcats. It'll be 4th down and about a yard and a half. The offense will stay on the field, but of course you've got the Tom Kufsick punting factor here. As Tom Kufsick awaits the snap, and he'll punt it away. Nobody's back deep for Mayfield. The ball will go inside the 35, inside the 30, inside the 25. I think J.P. Germano was trying to will that ball to go a little further, but it'll be down at the Wildcat 23-yard line. Pretty good punt that time by Tom Kufsick, but of course it helps when nobody's back here to receive for the Wildcats. Interesting call, though, on 3rd down, and you may have heard some of my media brethren talking about this. Not the call necessarily on 3rd and 6 you might have expected, a quarterback draw with Tom Kufsick. Somewhat conservative, but also at the same time respecting this Wildcat defense. So Mayfield will take over now with 7:30 to go in the second quarter. We are scoreless. As Michael Huss will have all of his wide receivers on the right side, including a bunch. Fake handoff. He'll run left, trying to get to the outside. Gets to the 25, and he'll take it to about the 28-yard line and then tackled out of bounds there with some authority, and a little too much authority according to the officials. There's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct coming up. Jonathan Abarno did a great job of closing it off and knocking Huss out of bounds, but as it just kept kind of as he took him out of bounds, he was holding on to him, and there was just a little bit of trash talking going on. So let's see. That ball, unsportsmanlike, against the Bombers. Okay. So as we expected. So that will be a first down, and that'll give the Wildcats here some field position. Yeah, not something you normally would see from Kenston. Yeah, Huss got about 6 yards on that run. But now they're going to move it all the way up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards on that penalty. Can't have that. Especially not this time of year. 7:18 to go here in the second quarter, and it's a first down for Mayfield at their own 44 after the 15-yard penalty. Huss will go back on the ground. Here's Suchi getting the carry. He'll take it to the 50 into Kenston territory and brought down close to a first down at about the 47. Tyler Mintz was holding on to him for dear life and brought him down. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down, so give Suchi 9 on the carry, 2nd and 1. Yeah, a tight ball game. Every penalty, every little mistake right now really becomes glaring on both sides here. Let's see what Mayfield does on 2nd and short. Here's a pitch out. It'll be Suchi running right. He'll get the first down as he'll be put down inside the Bomber 45 near the 44-yard line. Only needed, again, about a yard and a half, and he got about 2 on that pickup as he'll spot it just inside the 45 of the Bombers. Fresh set of downs for Mayfield. In this rapidly moving second quarter, we are approaching the halfway point, 6:20 and counting to play here in this first half. No score at Bomber Stadium. Trips left, one receiver right. Out of the pistol, Huss gives Suchi, and he'll go straight ahead to the 41-yard line. Tim Matty brought him down there for about a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd and 6. And this is not necessarily what we thought we might see with these two teams because of the prolific offenses and the quarterbacks and everything, but it's been a defensive struggle here. Ben Sherlock will go out wide left. You've got 3 receivers in that little triangle bunch near side left. 2nd and 6 for Mayfield at the Kenston 41. As Michael Huss looks like he's changing the play. He better hurry, and I think they're going to need a timeout. We don't have the play clock in front of us here, but you can kind of tell that was taking too long. And finally, Ross Bandera says, let's take a timeout here and talk about it. 2 timeouts remaining for the Wildcats. Kenston has all their timeouts remaining in this first half. We're down to 5:17 to play. Here in quarter number 2, we are scoreless. Yeah, we've had no turnovers in this game. The big stories have just been a couple of penalties for each team, and also the Tim Matty sack of Michael Huss when Mayfield was driving in the first quarter. And then on the 4th and 4, you had for Kenston, you had a false start, a pre-snap penalty to start the second quarter, and they ended up trying to kick a field goal, which ended up being blocked. 2nd and 6 now for Mayfield out of the timeout from the 41-yard line. Here goes Huss, and we've got a flag down. It was a late flag before the snap, but it's going to be a false start. And again, after a stoppage in play, and you've had a chance to talk to everybody, you have a false start. So that will bring up a 2nd and 11 as they'll move the football back to the Kenston 46. All right, Wildcats will try it again. As they'll go on the ground, Suchi with a hole. He'll run left side to the 40, bounces off a would-be tackler. He'll take it to the 39 and finally get swarmed under a number of blue jerseys, but gets back the yardage lost and then a little bit extra there. He got about 7 on that pickup. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 from just inside the Bomber 39-yard line. We are scoreless, and we're also under 5 minutes to go before halftime. As Ben Sherlock will go out wide left. Again, you've got that same triangle bunch look, near side left. Fake handoff for Huss, looks right. He's in trouble. He'll be sacked back at the 48-yard line. Coming in on the sack was untouched Frank DeMarco. Boy, nobody got a hat on that blitzing linebacker, and DeMarco comes up with a sack the second time in this first half. A Kenston Bomber has come up with a big sack on a 3rd down play. Earlier it was Tim Matty. That one was from Frank DeMarco. That's DeMarco's first sack of the season. Picked a good time for it. And now it's 4th and about 12. And Huss will drift back to punt. Tyler Mintz wait for it at the 10-yard line. Good snap. And Huss will kick it away. He'll go inside the 15, inside the 5, and oh, the Wildcats, did they keep it from going into the end zone? Oh, where are they marking this? Are they going to mark it at the 1? Wow. The ball went inside the 5, and it looked like Mayfield was ready to down it there, and you had a couple of white jerseys kind of run into each other, and next thing you know, it looked like the ball had kind of popped into the end zone, but they will say, they're going to say, okay, they're going to mark it down at the 4. They're going to say somebody touched it at the 4. I think that's probably the right call. But again, rough field position here for Kenston with 3:31 to go before halftime. In this scoreless game, they'll take over at their own 4-yard line. As Tom Kufsick ready to go. Jack Porter stands to his left. 3 receivers left side on 1st and 10. Tom Kufsick looks left, fires left, pass caught. It is Tyler Mintz at the 15-yard line. He'll go forward to the 16, and that is enough for a Bomber first down. Gets him a little bit of breathing room. And that puts Mintz, by the way, over 1,000 yards on the season. He had 872 yards in 15 games last year. Of course, he was not the only featured receiver in that attack last year, but having just a brilliant year as a senior. Tom Kufsick ready here on 1st and 10. Fake to Porter, back to throw, looking deep over the middle for Middleton, incomplete at the 45-yard line. Oh, looked like it just kind of went through Jay's hands there. Adam Jablonski was back on coverage. That was very close to being a home run there for Kenston. 2nd and 10, clock stops with 3:02 to go. That's one thing in this first half. We've had a lot of near misses here from both sides. 2nd and 10. And Kenston has all their timeouts remaining. From the 16-yard line of the Bombers, and a bad snap picked up by Jack Porter. He's got to eat it back at the 11-yard line. Ball looked like it was snapped between Tom Kufsick and Porter, and that's a loss of about 5 on that play, back to the 11. Bad time for that. 3rd and 15 coming up. 2:34 and counting here. I'm almost surprised that Mayfield's not using a timeout here on this 3rd and long. But they'll have 2 left here. I would imagine if Kenston doesn't get the first down and the ball's in play, Ross Bandera would use a timeout then. 3rd and 15. Shotgun here is there's letting this clock run down here. 2:03, 2:02. We're under 2 minutes and now timeout. That's Kenston's first timeout, and it's like a chess match. It's almost like, okay, if you're not going to use a timeout, I'm gonna let the clock run down and eat up as much time as I can, and deprive you of that time if we don't get this 3rd and 15. That's what happens when you have a tight game like this. Every chess match, every scenario becomes very, very important. Mayfield and Kenston locked up in a scoreless battle late in this first half. 1:59 to play in the second quarter. Incidentally, we thank you all for voting this year every week for our WKYC.com high school football game of the week, but I can tell you voting is now over. From here on in, we will be doing a playoff game every Friday night from now into state championship weekend, but we'll unfortunately be picking the games. So thank you for voting, but we've had fun this year. We've got a chance to go to some places we've never been to before. Lutheran West and NDCL, Barberton. All right, 3rd and 15 out of this timeout. Kenston's got to get past their own 26 here to maintain possession. Here's Tom Kupsik. Shoots deep right for Middleton, makes a diving catch with the flag. But they say he's out of bounds, which is probably the right call. But hang on a second, there's a flag down, and let's see. The flag is down at the 36-yard line, about 7 or 8 yards from where the pass was thrown. I would imagine both teams are going to claim interference, and we'll see who the officials believe. Pass interference offensively against the Bombers. And as you hear on the crowd, from our crowd, Mike, the Kenston fans, not happy. Mayfield certainly is going to go ahead and decline this and take the football here and force Kenston to punt. At least I would think they would, right? Yeah, 4th and 15. Okay, there we go. I'm like, wait a minute. As Tom Kupsik will punt. And Billy Guzzo in single safety at the Kenston 45 with 1:51 review before halftime. Mayfield has 2 timeouts remaining in there. There's the indication by the officials that the Wildcats declined the penalty. Yeah, no way they're going to take that penalty, right? Come on. Tom Kupsik he's about 5 yards behind. Now he'll drift back a little deeper here and await the snap. Here it comes, and he gets the kick away. Guzzo will make the catch at the Kenston 48, and J.P. Germano will bring him down at about the 47-yard line, only about a gain of 1 on that run back. So it's going to be, with 1:42 to go before halftime, Mayfield football in tremendous field position in Kenston territory in this scoreless game. Keep in mind, Mayfield's got the ball now, and Mayfield will start the second half with the football. So, opportunity here for the Wildcats. As it'll be 1st and 10 for Michael Huss. Succi stands behind him. They'll give it to Succi to the 45, head down to the 42, to the 41, and he'll get finally brought down there for a gain of 6. Second down. Actually, give him 7. Second down and about 3. 2 receivers to the left. 1 receiver right, and you've got a tight end now on the right side. Huss, fake handoff, has time. Shoots one deep over the middle, pass caught at the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, and down at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. I didn't even see who that was over there on the far side. That was Joey Dostal on the catch, I believe. Looked like, no, I'm sorry, it was Isabella. It was a 28, not a 22. Isabella with the catch. From the 5 now, Succi will get the handoff, and he'll be stood up at the 4, and brought down there for a gain of 1. 2nd and goal. But that huge pass, Michael Huss to Joey Isabella to set it up now here for the Wildcats. 57 seconds to go. Clock stopped momentarily, and I see the official on the far side trying to wind it. There we go. And now we're going to have another stoppage here. And what is going on? Referee going over towards the Kenston sideline. 52 seconds to go. Saying something to Jeff Grubich. Jeff was looking down on the far end of his bench on something here. I have no idea what was the reason for the stoppage here, but I think we're ready to go now. Now they'll wind the clock. Again, Mayfield has 2 timeouts. Now they have 46, 45. Okay, clock is wound. We're under 40 seconds to go here. So Mayfield may need some urgency. As the give will be to Suchi. He'll be stood up at the 2, falls forward near the 1, and then put down there. Now you've got the timeout. It will be 3rd and goal. And Kenston take the timeout? Yeah, okay. The PA announcer said that was a Kenston timeout. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 1 for the Wildcats with 27 seconds to go before halftime. And this drive being set up started at the 47, but that Michael Huss to Joey Isabella completion really looming large here. Andy Isabella, if you were watching Thursday Night Football last night, a former Mayfield Wildcat playing for the Arizona Cardinals, ended up having a huge play. Didn't matter, 49ers still won, but in Andy's case, it was great to see, and he's got a bright future in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. All right, ball at the 1, 3rd and goal for the Mayfield Wildcats. And you would think here, Joey Suchi's going to see the ball again. Out of the pistol. Huss waits for it. Turns, gives, Suchi, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Mayfield Wildcats. Finally, the scoreless tie is broken. As Joey Suchi gets his 9th touchdown of the season, and Mayfield strikes first. They lead it 6-0. But again, all set up by the Huss to Isabella completion that got them to the 5-yard line. And got a quick update from Division III here after this extra point from a man, Tyler Carey. Keeping an eye on what happened earlier today in Senate League play that will affect Division III Region 10 considerably. The extra point here for Henry Pernsteiner. 22 of 25 on his PATs this year. High snap, pulled down, the kick is up on its way, and it is good. 23 seconds to go before halftime, and Mayfield on top first. They lead it 7-0. Glenville shut out Rhodes earlier today, 56-0. And you've got in the second quarter, Revere, who we just saw a week ago, run into the steamroller known as the Aurora Greenmen. Revere was blown out in that game, but I had a feeling they'd come out and play tough tonight against Bay, and they are. Revere leads Bay in the second quarter, 14-7. If Bay comes back and wins that game, that would pretty much clinch a playoff spot for Glenville. Although they could still get in, even if Revere wins that game. But pretty much for sure, though, the Tar Blooders will be playing next week if the Rockets come back and win that game. But I got to tell you, I have so much respect for that Revere program. Everything that they had thrown against them right before the season started. And just even to have a whisper of the playoffs at this point in the season is pretty remarkable. But if they could get in, that would even be more tremendous. 23 seconds to go before halftime. A 1-yard touchdown run by Joey Succi as Mayfield leading it now 7-0. And again, the Wildcats will start the second half with the football. So that was a big, big touchdown there by the Cats. As Bernsteiner will kick it off. Mintz and Middleton back deep to receive. And it's going to be Mintz at the 10-yard line, out to the 15, to the 20. Looks for a block, goes far side at the 25, stops, cuts back, and finally brought down at the 28. Mintz isn't going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. First and 10 for the Bombers now with 13 seconds to go at their own 28. But Kenston now really in unfamiliar territory. I mean, I don't know the last time they were trailing at halftime. 2 years ago? Yeah. Against this very same Mayfield squad. And it looks like the Bombers are just going to go ahead and go down on a knee here and head to the locker room. Yeah, Tom Kupsik gets the snap, and they're going to go to the locker room down 7-0. But yeah, it's the first time in 2 years that Kenston's trailed at halftime. It's good when you're. We were talking about this earlier. When you are the defending state champions, you get everybody's best game and best effort, and this is a battle of the heavyweights here tonight. And right now at halftime, Mayfield advantage. They lead it 7-0. All right, halftime. We will go ahead and let you enjoy the bands here at halftime, and then get back here. I'll ask my colleagues here for some first half stats, and we'll get you ready for the second half here at Kenston Bomber Stadium coming up. Again, your score, it's Mayfield 7 and Kenston 0. Enjoy halftime with the bands, everyone. numbers go. Total yards, Mayfield 41. Are officially pretty close. Passing, John 3 yards. Joey's chief carries 60 yards and a touchdown at 24 yards. Some of it was, if you recall, the quarter had the botched snap, and Porter was the one who had to go eat the loss on that particular play. All right, your halftime. Our guy, Maslin leading Hoover 16-7 at the break. Riverside leading Willoughby South 6-0. Riverside, don't look at the record. I mean, they've played tough the last couple weeks. New Philadelphia and Dover are all tied 4 locations in Division III Region 9. Chardon now leading Eastlake 15-7 at the Chardon, and a win for the Western Championship. Leading 6-3. At Menor over Strongsville now 14 at the half. At one point, what did Tyler tell me at one point? It was 14-7 in the first quarter. That's how quickly things change. Avon leading Amherst 35-14. That is in the second quarter. Olmsted Medina 27 at the half. So those are all your scores, courtesy of our guy Tyler Carey. It really is. I look at those. I mean, the one that stood out to me the most, I think, was you almost had to figure. You figured Brecksville Wadsworth was going to be a close game. You figured. Actually, I got to say, Cleveland Heights shutting out. I don't know if I for Cleveland Heights, but a lot of interesting scores. Really, now what will happen is after tonight's over, you gotta go on Joe Itel. That's always, I think, the most reliable. And you kind of get a sense of where things might shape out. Then you gotta wait for tomorrow. You've got a number of games going on tomorrow, not just in Division I, but in other divisions. And then Sunday, about 2 o'clock or so, we should then be official as far as who will be playing where in the postseason. It'll be good. Let's see, should be. Yep, I was about to tell you, Tyler. Life is good. It was freezing for me too here. Life is good here at Kenston Bomber Stadium. It was. I tell you, I don't know where you were last night. Listening across Northeast Ohio. We had our first kind of snowflakes of the season around 8 o'clock. When I got here to Kenston this afternoon, here in Bainbridge Township, there was a coating of snow over like on the baseball field. They got a little bit of snow here. Matter of fact, as I was walking on the bleachers, there was snow that had to be kind of brushed off and shoveled off. They got a decent little dusting here last night. I mean, this is the heart of the snow belt country, so you're going to have that. But it was just interesting. But it's been very pleasant here tonight. A crisp, chilly night. We're now in the month of November. It's playoff season. Well, we're not quite at the postseason yet. All right, Kenston will kick off. Blake Torres will kick it off. You've got Isabella back deep to receive for the Wildcats. 7-0 Mayfield as we begin the second half. And Torres will bounce it on the ground. It'll be picked up and dove on by one of the upmen for the Wildcats at the 29-yard line. Mayfield, I think Christian Haycock was the player who decided just to eat the football, and the Wildcats will start. near their own 30, just shy of the 30. Actually, they will mark it at the 30. A little generous there by the officials. But it's a 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. We mentioned getting that touchdown before halftime was critical because they were going to have the momentum, and now they've got the football first to begin this third quarter. 1st and 10. Huss with a fake handoff. He'll keep it. He'll run it. Breaking tackles to the 35, to the 37. Ran into a couple of blue jerseys, and he'll be put down around that 37-yard line. But Michael Huss, impressive running the football tonight on a couple of keepers. Howard Mintz, Logan Vargo amongst those over to make the tackle. It'll be 2nd down from there. They'll mark it at the 38, so 2nd down and 2 will be the call. Only scoring of the game, a 1-yard touchdown run by Joey Succi late in the second quarter. That's been it. Succi stands to the left and behind Huss, who will give it to Succi on the option, breaks the tackle, gets the 1st down, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. I'll tell you, the play was red. Connor Kramer had a bead on it and thought he was going to be able to make the play, but he missed the tackle, and he kind of pounded his fist into the field turf because he knows he could have made that play and prevented the 1st down. Instead, Succi takes it to the 44, and it's 1st down. First time we've seen that option look tonight by the Wildcats. Ben Sherlock will go out wide right. Got the 3 receivers tight to the right. Another pitch out coming. Succi trying to run to the far side, and he'll break 1 tackle, but then get put down at about the 46-yard line for a gain of 2, running on the wide side there. Pretty well strung out that time by the Bomber defense. It'll be 2nd and 8. Mayfield's been both teams really offensively tonight have been very patient. I mean, they've stopped, but you've seen a real commitment to the run. I mean, Succi had 14 carries in the first half, and Porter had 12. So, with these cold conditions, I mean, I think coaches are trying to let the offense come to them as much as they can. 2nd and 8. This time, Huss will go under center. He's back to throw. Has time. Lofts one. Deep left side. The pass knocked away and incomplete. Was looking for Sherlock at the 30-yard line, and Jay Middleton was there to break it up. And it'll set up a 3rd and 8. Good coverage that time by Middleton. This is where Kenston's defense has been terrific tonight on 3rd downs. Both Frank DeMarco and Tim Matty have recorded 3rd down sacks for the Bombers. Sherlock will go out wide right. Isabello will be in the slot right. You've got Dostal and also Guzzo wide left. 3rd and 8 as the Vuvuzuelas go off here at Kenston. Back to throw Huss. Time. Looks deep and incomplete. He overshot his intended receiver at the 25-yard line. He had Sherlock on the seam, and he just overshot it. That's about the 3rd time tonight I think I've said Michael Huss had somebody open, and he just overthrew him. That was a touchdown if he had that one on the money. Instead, it's going to be now a 4th down. So, Michael Huss will drift up and now retreat back to his 35 to kick it away. And he'll angle it to his left. Mint's going to let it roll, and it's going to roll to the 5 into the end zone for a touchback. And Kenston will start the second half at their own 20-yard line. Well, Kenston offensively did get into scoring position once in the first half. Got to their Mayfield 23 and was facing a 4th and 4 and ended up getting called for a false start and then went back to the 29 and attempted a long field goal, and it was blocked. That's been about it here for the Bombers tonight. See what they can do after a halftime of adjustments. Tom Kupsik ready to go. Porter to his right on 1st and 10. And it'll be a fake to Porter. Tom Kupsik rolling right, passes caught. Miller's got it at the 25, falls forward to the 30. And a quick chunk play will get 11 yards and a first down to Ryan Miller, his 18th catch of the year. Ryan Miller is only a sophomore. He's 6'5", 200 pounds. Again, that's his 18th catch. He's got 3 touchdown catches this year. He's going to continue, I think, to be a dominating target for this football team. As Mintz will get it on the jet sweep running left. He'll take it to the 34. Joey Dostal over there to make the tackle. And they'll say it'll be about a gain of 3 for Mintz. 2nd down and 7. It's Tyler's 19th run of the year. Ian Middleton's so explosive. Get the ball in their hands as much as you can. 2 receivers each side. As they mark the ball at the Bomber 34. And now it's Mintz in motion again. They'll give it on a counter to Porter. And Porter will cross the 35 and take it out near the 39-yard line. One of Jack's better runs of the night. And it'll set up a 3rd down and about 2. Quickly, the Bombers get on the line of scrimmage here on a 3rd and short. Tom Porter to his left. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Now they'll step back and get the signal in from Jeff Grubich. 8:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Mayfield. Kenston with a 3rd and 2 from their own 39. The give, Porter. And he is going to be brought down short of the 1st down. He got to the 40, but just could not keep that pile going. Eddie Barch was down low to make the tackle, and Porter slams his fist into his other hand in disgust. It's going to be 4th down and really about a full yard here for the Bombers. I have to believe they're going to go for it here. Just knowing Jeff Grubich, and although they've been pretty conservative for this football game, but I have to believe they'd be tempted to go for it here. Tom Kupnik's going to run under center quickly, going to try to run it, and it's going to get, well, on 2nd effort, we'll see. I don't think he got it. Now, they are going to mark him. I think they're going to mark him as a 1st down to the 42. Initially, I didn't think he got it, as he ran quickly to the line off of the shotgun, and they're going to mark him at the 42. That's a 1st down. From the officials are going to take a timeout, but from where the ball is spotted, from where we can see up here, that's got to be a 1st down. Initially, though, I didn't think on that 2nd effort he had gotten there. Jeff Grubich, 5 yards on the field, pointing 1st down. And again, from where it is up here, it sure looks like it to us, but we aren't judging. They're going to take 4 officials to have a powwow here, and let's see here. I think they're going to officials timeout here, and Ross Bandera wants to know what's going on. I'm sure he thinks that they're short, and I think they may bring the chains here to measure for everyone's satisfaction here. 7:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. And what's at stake here, it's either going to be Mayfield football at the at the 42-yard line of Kenston, or the Bombers are going to get a 1st down here. And all 5 officials are near the football, and now they're going to say it's a 1st down. What drives people crazy sometimes is you feel like you have to have a committee meeting to decide what was already determined 2 minutes ago. But it is a 1st down. Germano and Miller will go out wide left. Mintz and Middleton to the right for the Bombers. Fresh set of downs for Kenston now. 1st and 10 at their own 42. Jack Porter stands to the right of Tom Kupsik, who wants to throw. John looks, guns one left side, incomplete, and a flag down. He was looking for Germano over at the 44-yard line. He had Jeremiah Jackson draped over his back, and a little too much, I think, for the officials' satisfaction. holding against the defense. So, Bombers will have the football marched all the way up to the Mayfield 44-yard line. First down for Kenston. And a big gainer via the penalty. This time Tyler Mintz will go slot left over with J.P. Germano. Now you've got Miller and Middleton to the right. Porter shifts to the right of Tom Kupsik. As Kenston now in Mayfield territory, trailing 7-0. In motion, Mintz. They'll give to him on the jet sweep. He's got room. Breaks a tackle at the 40. He's to the 35-30. First down to the 25-yard line before Clay Cunningham finally makes the tackle. Gain of about 19 yards and a first down. As they'll actually give him 20 as they'll mark him at the 24-yard line. Tyler Mintz, always a threat when you get the football in his hands. And for the second time on this drive, they'll go with him on the jet sweep now. Two receivers to the left. Jack Porter will get the carry. He'll run left and be brought down at the 20-yard line. Eddie Barch, who's had a busy night on the tackle. Also over there for the Wildcats was Evan Schmidt. Porter gets 4, 2nd and 6 from the Mayfield 20. Two receivers each side. Porter to the left of Tom Kupsik. As they get the signal in. Bombers going to have to hurry here. Vince in motion. They'll fake to him. Tom Kupsik keeps. Runs right. He's to the 15. He's to the 10 and out of bounds there. That will be a first down for the Bombers, and we'll see where they mark it. Let's see if they put him at the 11 or at the 10 here. That'll depend on whether or not it'll be first and 10 or first and goal. They're going to move it to 11, so it'll be first and 10 from the Mayfield 11. With 6:12 to go in the third quarter. Two receivers each side. Mintz in motion again. They'll give to him jet sweep left. Following a block. Turns the corner at the 5 and put down out of bounds there. They'll actually give him to the 4. It'll be second down there. Good block by Ryan Miller to help spring Mintz on the outside. Gain of about 7 for Mintz, 2nd and 3. He's got 3 carries on this drive. So they mark it now, 2nd and 3 from the 4-yard line. 4 wide receivers for the Bombers, 2 on each side. Watch for Miller, matched up against a shorter defender over to the right. They'll go to Jack Porter, breaks a tackle, gets into the end zone, touchdown, Kenston Bombers. Jack Porter with his 11th touchdown of the year. That one a 4-yarder, and Kenston within an extra point of tying the ball game. Well, you can just see Porter wanted that one badly, as Mayfield really has been swarming under him all night long. But Porter with a couple of nice moves on that touchdown run with 6:03 to play here in the third quarter. Blake Torres in for the extra point to try to knot us up at 7. Off the hold of Tyler Mintz. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up. And Torres powers it through. 7-7 tie here at Kenston Bomber Stadium with 6:03 to go in the third quarter. That was an impressive drive by Kenston. It was helped out big of holding penalty against the Wildcats, but Kenston really used the run on that drive, and it wasn't just Porter. It was Mintz with a couple of jet sweeps, and Tom Kupsik ran the ball well on that drive too. And now all of a sudden we're back to even at 7 apiece. But a good job by also Kenston's offensive line. Give them credit too. They did a good job of sealing off plays, especially on the outside on those jet sweeps. We mentioned Ryan Miller, who's the tight end, but also as a wide receiver blocking downfield, did his job as well. So Torres will kick off. Dostal and Isabella back deep to receive. We are back at even here, 7-7. As Torres approaches the football, and again, he'll squib it. And again, it'll be picked up by one of the up, and this is going to run it at the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and brought down at the 41. And again, it's to Christian Haycock. Now, the last time they kicked it to Haycock, he just downed it essentially at the 29. That time, he picked up the football and had a pretty good return out to the 41. So Mayfield will have good field position to begin this drive. Mayfield 7, Kenston 7. Wildcats win. They are 10-0 in a regular season for the first time in 35 years and win outright the Western Reserve Conference Championship. Kenston wins. We'll have at least a two-way tie for the title, if not a three-way tie, depending on what Chardon does on first down. The give is to Suchi, and Suchi keeps his legs chopping. He crosses the 45 and plows out near the 49-yard line. Got about 8 on first down. Suchi, 6 foot, 205 pounds. He's a workhorse, and they have fed the ball to him early and often tonight and this season. 2nd and 2. In motion is Dostal. Back to throw. Huss looks deep right side. Incomplete. Again, overshot his intended receiver on a fly pattern. That time it was Isabella. Sooner or later, they're going to get that. The law of averages says at some point, right? They have to get that. They have to get that pass completed. 3rd and 2 coming up. I mean, Isabella runs so well. A lot of times we see him in the slot, but that time they had him out wide right. He's still out wide right on this play. Trips to the left. 3rd and 2, Mayfield at their own 49. Huss gives. Suchi will get to the first down marker and then gets pushed back by Tyler Kostranik and some of his Bomber teammates, but forward progress will be enough for the first down for Suchi as they'll mark it at the Kenston 48. 5:13 to play in the third, all tied at 7. As the Wildcats will get a fresh set of downs. Ben Sherlock will move out wide left on our side here. You got 2 receivers right. Pistol formation. Suchi carries straight up to the 46-yard line and then put down there. It's only about a gain of 2, maybe 3. They might mark him closer to the 45. Tim Matty, among those on the tackle, Michael Payton was over there as well. It'll be gain of 3 officially, 2nd down and 7. Also on that tackle for Kenston, Max check. In motion is Isabella. Back it goes to Suchi. Finds a lane, gets to the 40, and put down there, be about 2 yards short of the first down. As Tyler Mintz made the stop, preventing the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats at the Bomber 40-yard line. We continue to have a fast-moving clock tonight. We go under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Timmy Steffens out wide right. Isabella will go slot right. Ben Sherlock wide left. Clay Cunningham moves in tight left. 3rd and 2. Pitch out. Suchi runs left and initially got the first down. It looked like he got pushed back a little bit, but Mintz was able to make the tackle. It's another first down for the Wildcats. And again, it's Joey Suchi. Nothing fancy here for Mayfield as they mark him inside the 37-yard line. Another first down. Needed 2, got 3. That's another thing with this, the way this kind of the game plan is one of the reasons why we've had, a fast-moving game. Both teams have really been dedicated to the run tonight. And Suchi gets the carry on first down, and Kenston will knock him down at about the 35-yard line. Connor Kramer made the tackle with Max Check. So they'll spot him for a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter in this 7-7 tie. Mayfield knows they can win this game, they can lose this game. They're in the playoffs next week. They're home next week. They're looking to put the wraps on an undefeated regular season as Huss goes to throw. Deep seam, looking for Isabella. Overshot him again at the 5-yard line. Oh, that's at least 4 times tonight that a Mayfield wide receiver has had a step on a Kenston bomber, and Michael Huss has just had a little too much on the throw. 2nd and 8. And, by the way, that play wouldn't have counted anyway. There was a penalty against Mayfield. That's going to move it back to the 45-yard line. So, it's irrelevant. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But even still, you just sit there and you go, man, at some point we got to make that play, right? I didn't see what the penalty was, but it is a penalty against the Cats. At the 45. Was it a holding? Okay. Makes sense. Sherlock out wide left. Cunningham slot left. Now he goes in motion. As the give will be Suchi going right side and goes nowhere. Put down at the line of scrimmage. Max Check was there. Anthony Velacci was there. Along with a couple other blue jerseys. They give him about a half yard. That's really a gift, but it's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and 18. As Michael Payton will check into the Kenston linebacker situation here. Really almost as an extra defensive back. 3rd and 18 for the Wildcats. Here's Huss. Looks to throw. Flushed. At the 45. He's going to tuck and run to the 40. He's to the 35-30. And out of bounds at about the 26. Very close to the 1st down. Depending on the spot. From where it is on the far side, it's a 1st down for Mayfield. But you could just tell once Huss was able to break containment, they weren't going to be able to stop him. It's a good job by Michael Huss to recognize that, and everybody was out covering wide receivers, and there was a lot of real estate for Huss. Let's see, where are they going to... Now, I said it's a 1st down because initially the far side judge had put it down at the 26, which would have been sufficient for the 1st down. Now they're going to bring in the chain to measure. You may have just heard somebody say they need to get to 27, which they did, and it looked to us like they were marking it at the 26, so I guess I don't really understand the measurement here. They're going to stretch out. And they had to run the chains all the way over to the far side, and it is a Mayfield 1st down. Okay. I think everybody in the stadium thought it was a 1st down except for the 5 guys in stripes. 1:48 to go here in the 3rd. And the Wildcats will get a fresh set of downs inside the Kenston 27. Billy Guzzo out wide right. Sherlock wide left. Dasto and Isabella will go over in the slot on that right side. So you got trips to the right. Mayfield trying to retake the lead. 1st and 10. Fake to Suchi. Huss will run left inside the 25 and get pushed out of bounds at the 22 by Logan Vargo. About 5 on that pickup for Michael Huss. 2nd down and 5. We're under 2 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Again, it'll be the same look here for the Wildcats. Sherlock wide left. 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 5. Huss being blitzed. Steps up. Fires. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Mayfield Wildcats. That time they got it to Joey Isabella. They had been looking for that pass all night long, and finally it hit pay dirt from 27 yards out. For Michael Huss, his 20th touchdown pass of the season, and for Joey Isabella, his 7th touchdown catch. And for the moment, that quiets the crowd here in Bainbridge Township. With a minute 35 to go in the third quarter, Pernsteiner in for the extra. 13-7, Mayfield. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's on its way, and Mayfield now leading it 14-7 as Pernsteiner puts it through. Impressive drive and impressive response by the Mayfield Wildcats. And it was set up, remember, they had a shorter field because of the pretty good return on the kickoff by Haycock. Ended up being, I think, a 59-yard touchdown drive, but done a lot of it through the running of Michael Huss and Suchi. But think about that, how big that run on 3rd and 18 was by Huss. I mean, you know, Kenston all night long had done a good job on 3rd downs getting stops, but that was a huge play by the junior quarterback, kept the drive going, and it opened it up for him to throw the touchdown pass to Isabella. So it's 14-7 Wildcats. And Kenston back. We'll have Mintz and Middleton back deep to receive. Just impressed by the response of Mayfield after the Kenston touchdown, and they had all the momentum back in their way. Bernsteiner has it teed up with a minute 35 to go in this third quarter. Long way to go before this one's over. Bernsteiner's kick angles to the right, and Middleton has it at the 11. He'll go out to the 19, stops at the 20, and put down at about the 23-yard line. Bombers will start the offense there, 1st and 10 at their own 23. So let's see what Kenston wants to do here. Last drive was really a patient mix of runs with Tom Kufsick, Porter, and also on the jet sweeps to Mintz. Let's see how they want to approach things on this drive. As Germano and Miller are out wide left, Mintz and Middleton wide right. Porter to the left of Tom Kufsick, 1st and 10. Mintz in motion, fake to him on the jet sweep. Tom Kufsick over the middle, pass deflected and incomplete. Was looking for Ryan Miller at the 32, but a terrific job by Billy Guzzo to step in front and kind of separate Miller from the football. Almost could have intercepted it, really. 2nd and 10, but a good read there by the safety Guzzo. Second and 10. Minute 24 to go in this third quarter. Tom Kufsick will again send Mintz in motion. This time he'll get it on the jet sweep. Goes to the 25, breaks tackle 30. He's out to the 40, and Mintz will get pushed out of bounds by Guzzo at the 44, near the 45-yard line. About 21 on that pickup by Tyler Mintz. Well, it's Kenston's approach right now to running the football. If you want to take Jack Porter away up the middle, we're going to run wide side with Tyler Mintz. And it's working. At the 20, at the 45, here comes Porter, runs left, finds a little bit of a seam there, and he'll take it out near midfield. So gets close to 5 on that pickup. It'll be 2nd and 5 as we are now under 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Ball just shy, and I mean just shy of the 50-yard line. Bombers quickly to the line, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd down and 5, as it'll be Mintz getting it again on the jet sweep. This time they're ready for him, and they put him down at the line of scrimmage. Eddie Barch with Dom DeMuth making that tackle. I think Heath Brandenburg was over there as well. So it's basically got it right to the 50, but it's going to be 3rd and 5 here. don't believe the Bombers have to run another play before the end of the quarter, but I think they're going to try here with 20 seconds to go. Ball at midfield. 3rd and 5. Tom Kupchik gets the snap. Looks, fires. Mintz has it. First down at the 45 to the 42-yard line and tackled there. As Billy Guzzo will make the stop, but as we head to the 4th quarter, as soon as they move the chains, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Kenston Bombers at the Mayfield 41-yard line. Let's see here. They'll wind the clock, and we head to the 4th quarter. It has been an absolute titanic defensive battle in this game tonight at Kenston Bombers Stadium. Your score at the end of 3, the Mayfield Wildcats 14 and the Kenston Bombers 7. Kenston is on the march on the first down completion from John Tom Kupchik to Tyler Mintz. As we said, I don't think anybody is surprised when we think about this game that it was going to be a close, tight football game. That if I said to you, geez, at the end of 3 quarters, Mayfield's going to have a 7-point lead on Kenston, well, you might be thinking the score would be 28-21 or something like that, not 14-7. But defenses pretty much dominated the first half. Mayfield scored before halftime on a 1-yard touchdown run by Joey Succi. And then Kenston in the 3rd quarter got a 4-yard touchdown run by Jack Porter. Mayfield then turned right around and got a Huss to Isabella touchdown pass to retake the lead. And now Kenston on the move at the Mayfield 41, 1st and 10. Trips right, Middleton, Mintz, and Germano to the right. Ryan Miller wide left. And before they can run a play, timeout Mayfield. Something was not right for the defensive alignment of the Wildcats, and Ross Bandera says, let's talk about it. Well, what's going to be interesting when this one's over is we'll see how both Regions 5, which obviously involves Mayfield, and Regions 9 for Kenston shape out. Mayfield's going to have to, at some point, if they want to go far in the playoffs, at some point they will have to run into either Maslin or Hoban in their region. No small task. And then, assuming Kenston gets in, their region has the likes of Aurora, those pesky Chardon Hilltoppers, St. Vincent, St. Mary, Streetsboro, and probably either New Philadelphia and or Dover. From the 41, Middleton will get it, jet sweep left, has room to the 35-30, Middleton to the 25-20, 15-10, and down at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Kenston Bombers on the run by Jay Middleton. Again, as an adjustment here in the second half, that's one thing Jeff Grubich has noticed here is his team can pick up yards with the jet sweep. They were spotted at the 7, call it 1st and goal from there. Tom Kupchik will send Mintz in motion. He'll get it on the sweep, cuts inside at the 5-yard line and put down just inside the 5. Marco Tramontano and Eddie Barch make the tackle for the Cats. They'll spot it at the 5, 2nd and goal from there. It's the ball near that right hash. Middleton will go out wide right. Mintz and Germano wide left, and now you've got Ryan Miller, tight end on the right. Porter will stand just to the left of John Tom Kupchik, 2nd and goal from the 5. And yeah, Kenston's going to have to use a timeout here. As Middleton goes in motion left, Porter shifts right. Boy, they were really flirting here with delay a game. And Jeff Grubich runs down and finally gets the officials' attention. Timeout, Kenston. I'm guessing the play clock was probably at 2, maybe at 1 at that point. Again, we can only guess. We don't have the time up here. but they were flirting with delay a game big time. So the timeout used there, and it'll be 2nd and goal from there. Can you imagine, though, and I was joking with Tyler Carey about this the other day when we were doing our high school football selection show. You imagine at some point in a playoff game, Aurora and that great defense against Kenston in the offense. Two teams that once were in the same conference, and I know last week talking to the people at Aurora, they were like, "God, we would love that. They would love that. They would love that in a Week 11 game, either here, whether it would be here or at Aurora, because they would love that. It's an easy drive for both schools. But that would be you talk about the irresistible force and the immovable object. There it is. First things first, though. Kenston, 2nd and goal now at the 5 out of the timeout. Middleton in motion. Fake to him. Tom Kupsik keeps. Runs left. In trouble. Down at the 7-yard line. I'll tell you, give Grant Woods credit. He kind of slowed up Tom Kupsik and enabled Eddie Barch to come in and finish off the play. Barch might have about a dozen tackles tonight. We've called his number quite a bit from his linebacker spot. 3rd and goal, and I think they're being generous here. I think they're going to keep Kenston right at the 5-yard line. You take her now here for the Bombers. They got 2 cracks to try to tie this football game. They're not kicking a field goal at this point, I wouldn't think. 3rd and goal at the 5. Tom Kupsik ready. Fakes to Porter. Fires over the end zone. Caught by Miller. Touchdown, Kenston. Well, everybody bought the fake to Jack Porter, and Tom Kupsik delivered a strike to tight end Ryan Miller. And with 10:01 to go in the football game, it is now 14-13 Kenston trailing by a point, pending an extra point for Blake Torres. 5 yards on the touchdown pass from Tom Kupsik to Miller. For Ryan Miller, that is his 4th touchdown catch of the year. And for John Tom Kupsik, his 25th touchdown pass. Extra point here for Torres. Tie this game up again. And it's a fake. Mintz looking. End zone. It's intercepted at the 5-yard line. I say it's fake because he came out of it. It looked like a fake from up, but I don't necessarily think that's what they were trying to do. But Mintz got the snap, and he basically had to do something with it and tried to throw it to the end zone. So that will maintain a 1-point lead for Mayfield, 14-13. Yeah, I don't think that was a designated fake, but circumstances made it look like it, and it's a Wildcat 14-13 edge. More scores from Mr. Tyler Carey. Jackson over Hoover now in the 3rd quarter, 23-15. Riverside and South knotted up at 14 apiece in the 4th. New Philadelphia leading Dover 28-21 in the 3rd quarter. Chardon over Eastlake North, 35-7 in the 4th. So Chardon going to really be hoping now that Kenston comes back and wins this football game. Ravenna, after a sluggish start, now lead Woodridge 21-3. Menor over Strongsville in the 4th quarter, 56-14. The Cardinals are about to complete a 10-0 season. Avon over Amherst, 42-21. Avon Lake now leading Olmsted Falls 23-7 in the 3rd quarter, and Wadsworth with a 21-14 lead over Brecksville in the 4th. Those two teams may play each other right back, same spot next week. Here's Torres to kick off, and he'll go to Dostal at about the 7-yard line. Joey gets to about the 20 and breaks an initial tackle and gets put down at the 25-yard line. Let's see where they officially spot this, but Mayfield will take over at that particular point. 14-13 Wildcats. After the touchdown pass from Tom Kupsik to Miller, cut the deficit from 7-1. But that missed extra point, for whatever happened there, necessitates now that Kenston's going to have to, they can't just hope for they're going to have to come back and score again here. Not a tie ball game. And we'll go trips right. Sherlock, I believe Isabella and Steffens. One receiver left. As on first down, Succi will get the carry. He'll cross the 25 and stretch out that 6'2 frame out to about the 28-yard line. Gets close to 5 on first down. That's what Mayfield wants to do right now as we go under 10 minutes to play. Take time off the clock because they've got the lead. You don't have to have as much of a sense of urgency because you've got the lead. Succi again will take it to the 30-yard line and be brought down there. Max Check makes the tackle with Eric Dombrowski, and it sets up about a 3rd and 3. We are down to 9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. But an opportunity here now for Kenston to get off the field. Huss will have 2 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Now he's changing the play here. He'll go to the shotgun. Succi stands to his right. On 3rd and short, Huss being blitzed, gets out of it, throws down the middle, pass caught, first down at the 41-yard line. Great job by Michael Huss to avoid the pressure and make a first down pass completion. Joey Isabella on that catch at the 41-yard line. Gain of 11. I don't even know how he saw, because whoever was coming in, I don't know if it was Tim Matty or who it was, but whoever came in really, I thought, shielded Huss's view, but he got away from it. Now they'll go with a jet sweep. Here comes Guzzo, and he'll run it to about the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Guzzo, that's his 3rd run of the year. They use Dostal on that play, and they use Isabella quite a bit on the jet sweeps as well. 2nd and 6. Under 8 minutes to go in the football game. Mayfield trying to just continue to chew up yards and clock. Back to throw Huss. Blitzed. Gets away again. In big trouble. Throws incomplete. Nobody there, and it's very close to where grounding would take place. Dostal, I suppose you could say, was the only guy that was close. But Tim Matty and also Frank DeMarco applying pressure on Huss, and it sets up a 3rd down. Crowd, as you can hear in front of us, really wanting a grounding, but they're not going to get it. 3rd and 6. That was almost big-time mistake for Huss there. But another 3rd down scenario here for Mayfield to try to keep the chains moving. With 7:37 to go, here's Huss. Back to throw, delayed blitz, fires deep right side for Sherlock, makes an over-the-shoulder catch for a first down at the 21-yard line. That's a brilliant catch, and we've got a flag down afterwards. Ben Sherlock with an absolutely remarkable catch downfield, but hang on a second. We'll see what the flag is. It may be unsportsmanlike conduct, so this may alter where the spot is on one or both teams. Let's see here. But give Sherlock credit on a brilliant catch. And Huss, boy, his last 2 deep passes have been on the money. It's unsportsmanlike against Mayfield. So apparently a little trash talking after Sherlock made the catch. And that gets the Mayfield crowd unhappy, as they'll move it to the 36-yard line. So back 15 from where the spot would have been at the 21, back to the 36-yard line. Unfortunate for the Wildcats. You know, Sherlock does his job and makes a great catch, but you got to put the football down, get back to the huddle, and get back to work. Trips left, 1 receiver right. We'll see if that comes back to be a big play on this drive. The give is to Succi, and he'll take it forward to the 34 for about a gain of 2. On the tackle for Kenston was Connor Kramer. 2nd and 8. The one thing the past to Sherlock does, though, is maintains possession for Mayfield and keeps the clock moving again. We're under 7 minutes to play. Trips left. Sherlock, the lone receiver, right. 2nd and 8, Mayfield. At the Kenston 34. Here comes Huss. Blitz. Sets up a screen. Suchi has it at the 30. Goes to the 25-yard line for a first down. Good job by Joey Suchi to break some tackles downfield following his blocks, and he gets the first down. It's only his 6th catch of the year as well. But it's his biggest catch of the season as it continues to drive now. First down for the Wildcats at the Kenston 25 with 6:26 and counting. Sherlock will go out wide right. Got 2 receivers wide left, and they bring in Clay Cunningham almost as a virtual tight end. Give it to Suchi, and he'll kind of dive ahead to the 20-yard line. Again, getting about 5 yards every time he touches the football. 2nd and 5. Again, more importantly, chewing up clock. More scores, by the way, from TC. Tyler Carey, Barberton shutting out Kent Roosevelt 19-0 in the 3rd quarter. Medina leads Brunswick in the 3rd, 38-14. Revere 21-14 over Bay in the 3rd, and Worcester leads Ashland 23-9 in the 4th quarter. Suchi again on 2nd and 5. This time stood up and brought down at the 20. George Sell leading that charge that time for the Bombers. 6'4", 265 pounds. It's hard to run around the big fella. No gain. 3rd and 5. Henry Pernsteiner, if you're wondering, his longest field goal of the year is 39 yards. So they're in that range right now. 5:10 and counting to play in the football game. Mayfield 14, Kenston 13. Mayfield with a 3rd and 5 at the Bomber 20. Fake. It's Huss lofting it. End zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Down the seam in heavy traffic. Joey Isabella does it again. And again, a beautifully thrown football by Michael Huss. And I got to tell you, whoever had the coverage on Isabella, it was blanket coverage, but it was put perfectly down the seam in the back of the end zone. Unbelievable. Michael Huss with 2 touchdown passes here to Joey Isabella. Here's the all-important extra point to make it an 8-point lead. Kick is up on its way and good. So Pernsteiner makes it 21-13. So now Kenston's got to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game with 4:55 to go here in the 4th quarter. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. But Michael Huss, all evening long, we kept saying it and saying it. Boy, he's just, overshooting his guys by a half yard or by a yard. Just missing. His throws, 2 touchdown passes to Isabella have been right on the money. And that pass to Ben Sherlock to really set up that drive was on the money, and Sherlock made a brilliant catch. Now, the Wildcats with an 8-point edge. Their largest lead of the night. Mintz and Middleton back deep to receive. I wonder in this scenario if they're going to get an opportunity to receive. Or if they'll try to maybe kick it away. It's hard when you have 2 good returners like that. See if they skip it or if they take a chance against the Bomber speedsters here. As Pernsteiner approaches the football, and it will be a full blast kick. Mintz at the 8. Middle of the field, 20. Seam to the 30. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Down the right sideline. To the 30. To the 20. To the house. Touchdown. 92 yards for Tyler Mintz. I may play the lottery when this one's over. Tyler Mintz from 92 yards takes it in for the touchdown with 4:42 to go in the football game. For some reason, I just kept thinking, I wonder if they'll not, in this point, you've got the 8-point lead. Maybe you don't risk it. Maybe you kick it away from Mintz and Middleton and let your defense try to finish things off. Instead, they kicked it right at Tyler Mintz. Once he found the seam and got past Pernsteiner at about the 40-yard line, he had one man to beat, and Mintz with that speed couldn't stop him. Here is the two-point conversion, and it is in for two, as it'll be a keeper by John Tom Kupsik. And we are back to a tie ball game at 21 apiece. Unbelievable. Now, this is how you want to wrap up a regular season, right? 4:42 to play in the football game, and we're back to square even at 21 apiece. Mayfield gets the touchdown pass from Huss to Isabella, and then on the ensuing kickoff, a 92-yard touchdown run back from Tyler Mintz. Tom Kupsik takes it in from the two-point conversion. We're dead even. Two terrific football teams. This is why you want to be at a game like this to wrap up a season. Yeah, expect the unexpected. Exactly right. Now, after the kickoff return by Mintz, will Blake Torres kick it to either Joey Isabella or Joey Dostal? I don't know. Why not? Let's go the other way. I love high school football. My goodness. 21-21 here at Kenston Bomber Stadium. Torres is ready. And he will air it out. Dostal at about the 8. Fake reverse. Runs right to the 15. And to the 20. Breaks a tackle. Cuts inside 25. Still on his feet. 30. Taking a bunch of would-be tacklers with him all the way out near the 39. What a return by Dostal. And then we've got a late flag, too. It was right in front of the Kenston bench. So we'll check on the flag in a second. But that's a heck of a return by Dostal. Because it looked like he was going to be brought down at the 20. He kept going, broke a tackle, cut inside, and then refused to be brought down. Sideline warning is the call against the Bombers. Let's see where they're going to mark it. I said 39, but I think they're going to put him at the 30. No, I was right, 39. Okay. All right, so with 4:26 to play in the fourth quarter, we're knotted up at 21. And Mayfield back on offense. Sherlock wide right, two receivers left. Clay Cunningham tight left. The give is to Succi. And he runs into a brick wall right at the 40-yard line for a 1-yard gain. The brick wall, let's see, Logan Vargo. Max Check, who's called his number quite a few times tonight. And also on the stop. Let's see, I think there's Peyton there as well. It'll be second down. Clock moving. We are under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9. They call it, it's really more 2nd and long, 8 close to 9, as they marked it near the 41. Huss from the shotgun, back to throw, looking for Sherlock right. He makes another great catch at the 30-yard line for a first down at the 29. Boy, again, Huss right on the money, and again, Sherlock with a great adjustment downfield. Michael Payton had good coverage. Better throw, better catch. And Mayfield now 1st and 10 at the Kenston 29. Cannot say enough about Michael Huss in this football game. Just kind of stuck it out, and finally was able to get his receivers where he needed them to go. Suchi on the carry will go to the 25. It looked like there was a flag down, as he still is on his feet. They still have marked him down inside the 20 to about the 18. I thought I saw a flag, but I guess I didn't. I didn't. Okay. No, I should trust my eyes more often. Holding against the Wildcats. It was where I could tell an official had thrown something. Wait, did he throw the beanbag or did he throw the flag? As that flag will come 10 yards from the spot and move it back to the 34-yard line. 3:05 to go, fourth quarter. And that penalty now will make it 1st and 15. No, we haven't had, I don't know if Tyler Carey will remind me of this, but I don't think we've had an overtime game. And this is year 2 of our WKYC game of the week. I don't think we've had an overtime game yet. Shotgun for Huss. Fake handoff. Looks to throw. Fires left side. Isabella at the 25. He's to the 20 and knocked out of bounds by Jay Middleton at about the 15-yard line. They'll mark him near the 14. It's a gain of 20 and another first down on a Huss to Isabella completion. Cardinals of Menor are 10-0 for the first time ever. They beat Strongsville 56-21. I got to tell you, the Steve Trevisano farewell tour is going very well right now. Ball at the 14-yard line, 2:33 to go, 1st and 10 from the left hash. Huss will send Isabella in motion. Give the Suchi, runs left at the 10, at the 5. Suchi refusing to be brought down. Finally, they'll park him down inside the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Just determined, tough running by Joey Suchi. But hang on a second. No, it is 1st and goal. Okay, I thought we might have had another flag. Nope, they'll say 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 2:20 and counting to play, and now you wonder here if Jeff Grubich is going to have to start thinking about when to use timeouts here to preserve some time for his offense. As we go under 2 minutes to play in this football game. 1st and goal, Mayfield in a 21-all tie at the 3. The give, Suchi breaks one tackle, won't break the second tackle. He's put down at about the 2, 2nd and goal, timeout. Kenston will have 1 timeout remaining with 1:47 to play here in the football game. Yeah, you just wonder how much time that Coach Grubich was going to allow to be ticked off the clock here. So, see what happens here after 2nd down, and if the Wildcats, you'd almost assume they're going to run it with Suchi again. And if you stop them again, you'd probably take the time out again, and then let it ride from there. After a defensive struggle in the first half, we have had an explosion of big plays here in this fourth quarter. 21-21 is your score. Again, Kenston with 1 timeout remaining. Mayfield has 2 to go. It's been just a terrific ball game. Here we go, out of the timeout. 2nd and goal from the 2. Michael Huss from the pistol with Suchi behind him when we got a flag down. And the preliminary indication is It's offsides, encroachment, or whatever you want to call it, against Kenston. So move the football a little bit closer. It's now going to be really at the 1 yard line now. 2nd and goal from there. Ready again. Suchi standing behind Huss. 2nd and goal for the Wildcats. As they get the snap, and we've got a stoppage in play. Yeah, I think there was a clock issue. Because you had no reason. They started the game clock, and they had no reason to start the game clock because you were coming off of a timeout and a penalty. It reads 1:24, but we think the clock should be at about 1:46 or 1:47. And of course, the officials don't have a microphone, so they're going to have to use hand signs to alert the people to our right here to redo the clock. 1:47. Okay. So the clock is back where it should be. It's 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Mayfield Wildcats. Huss has Suchi right behind him. Out of the pistol. Give. Suchi. And nope. Did not get in. Which is probably for Mayfield not a bad thing anyway. Because that'll allow the clock to move. And Jeff Grubich, about 10 yards on the field, will take Kenston's final timeout. At least I think. They pointed at Mayfield, but I thought for sure that was a Kenston timeout. Okay. Do we know our lefts from our rights? I mean, I don't know. Okay. I don't mean to be snarky. It's been a long 10 weeks with these officials. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. And the scoreboard operator, I think, was unclear who got the timeout, but it was Kenston who took that timeout. So they would have 0 timeouts remaining. But they need to make sure that they need to make. Well, no, they did take a Mayfield timeout off the clock. But I'm with you guys. I thought for sure Jeff Grubich was the one who took the timeout. Well, this could work out. This might work out okay for Kenston here. They need to fix that. I can't believe Mayfield would have taken a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 1 as we resume action. Isabella goes in motion. They'll give to him, and he'll get upended and didn't get in. Did not get in. With 1:26 to go, it's going to be 4th and goal. Boy, what a great play by the interior of Kenston's defense to upend Joey Isabella as he was trying to cut in from that sweep inside. Clock running, 1:10 to go on a 4th and goal. Either Mayfield scores here, or you can pretty much book overtime. Ball is just inside the 2-yard line. Mayfield is content to let the clock run here, and I think they may take a timeout here once they get it down to where the play clock would hit 0. We're at 40, 39, 38, 37, and there's your timeout with 35 seconds to go. 4th and goal coming up for the Wildcats. Still yeah, and now they've fixed the scoreboard. Yeah, Kenston has 0 timeouts remaining, which is the way it should be, and Mayfield now with 1 timeout remaining. I think we're all where we need to go. Yeah, this is now all we did 10 regular season games last year. Let's see, 7 playoff games. Is that right? Or I think 7 or 8 playoff games last year, and then this entire season we have never had an overtime game in our WKYC Game of the Week. if Kenston's defense can get one more stop, we will likely have our first. Avon Lake, by the way, defeated Olmsted Falls tonight 31-7. They finish out the regular season 9-1. Oh, okay. Here's a field goal attempt. So they're going to go ahead and try to kick the field goal here, which is the sensible thing to do. They hadn't looked earlier like they were going to do it, but they're going to go ahead and bring in Henry Pernsteiner, kick the field goal, and then try to get a stop with their defense. Adam Jablonski is the holder. Pernsteiner on the year, 3 out of 4. To give the Wildcats the lead back with 35 seconds to go. This is about a 25-yard attempt. The kick is up, on its way. It is good. With 32 seconds to go, Pernsteiner knocks it through, and Mayfield back in the lead, 24-21. 32 seconds remaining in the football game. You know, I had thought that Ross Bandera might just go for it and try to run it in, but yeah, in that situation, it's the best move there. Kick the field goal, you'll take it, you get the points, you got the lead back, and Kenston has no timeouts remaining. What Kenston does have, though, is an offense that can move quickly. And Blake Torres, as we mentioned earlier, has kicked a 40-yard field goal this year. So if they can get the football to around the 25 of Mayfield, they would have an opportunity. Now, one thing you're not going to see here, and I think I'm pretty sure of this, I don't think they're going to kick it to Tyler Mintz or Jay Middleton. Not after a 92-yard run back on the previous play. Revere, by the way, congratulations to the Minutemen. Whether or not they make the playoffs, they have Revere 23-21 over Kent Roosevelt. I believe Revere was playing Bay, though, weren't they not? Barberton was playing Kent Roosevelt. So Tyler may clarify that for me. But congrats to Revere. If that's indeed a win for the Minutemen, they finish out the regular season 5-5. They had to get a new coach and a new staff at the end of July. All right, now meanwhile, back here, we've got 32 seconds to go as Pernsteiner will kick it off. Mayfield, 24, Kenston, 21. And they're going to boot it out of bounds. Well, that way, you're not going to let Mintz or Middleton beat you. The only drawback to that is it didn't take any time off the clock. All right, so the Bombers will take over now with 32 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining. As they'll get ready to spot the football here. Oh, no, I think Kenston's going to make them kick it again. Interesting. Well, so what you're doing here is, you're daring Mayfield. You're going to back them up, and you're going to dare them to kick it to Mintz or Middleton. And Jeff Grubich's thought is, hey, listen, we can start at the 25 or whatever, but, I think by making them have to kick it off from the 35, I think I can get better field position out of this. And maybe at least make them, if they're going to kick it down the middle of the field, I'll get decent field position, or I'm going to make them kick it to Mintz or Middleton. Pernsteiner approaches it again. Here we go again. Down the middle of the field on a squibber. It'll be Middleton at the 16. Forward to the 25, outside to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and out of bounds at the 42 with 29 seconds to go. Bernsteiner, the kicker, making the tackle, but Jay Middleton with a pretty good return, and Jeff Grubich's gamble pays off. With only a couple of seconds elapsed, they've got pretty good field position. Now, as we said, if the Bombers can go about 30 yards here, they'll give Torres an opportunity to try to tie the game via the field goal. With 29 seconds to go, here we go again. Tom Kupchik's ready. And before we can call a play here, timeout Mayfield. That's their final timeout. Now, the scoreboard still has Kenston. They keep going back and forth with that, driving me crazy. Kenston has no timeouts left. I'm fairly confident of that. By the way, yeah, Revere did beat Bay 23-21. Glenville would still make the playoffs, though, as that 8 seed. So, you know, we'll see how it all shapes out. Congratulations to Coach Ginn and the Tarblooders. It's good to have them back in the playoffs. It just feels like that's a rite of season to have them as a playoff team. But, you know, many congrats to Revere for finishing out strong. Okay, from the 43, 29 seconds to go for Kenston, down 3. Tom Kupchik's ready. Gets the snap, fires deep, left side, overthrows J.P. Germano at about the 30-yard line. He was double covered. As I saw Timmy Steffens back there on coverage, and I think Jeremiah Jackson was back there too. 2nd and 10. 24 seconds to go. After this is over, be it now or overtime or whatever, we'll be on the field for post-game interviews. Tom Kupchik with 5 wide receivers, including Jack Porter. Empty backfield. He goes back to throw. He has time. Lofts it left side for Germano. It's intercepted. Timmy Steffens has it at the 26-yard line. His 3rd interception of the season, and it will solidify a perfect regular year for the Mayfield Wildcats. And Steffens got bear-hugged by his teammate Marco Tremontano at about the 25-yard line. And the Mayfield Wildcats, with 19 seconds to go, will put the wraps on their first unbeaten regular season in 35 years. What an effort tonight by both teams. This was a treat. We'll see how Division III Region 9 shapes out, but if Kenston wants to defend their state championship, they're going to have to do it in week 11 with a road game, as Michael Huss will hit a knee. I just saw Joey Isabella kind of slap the turf a couple times, and that is going to do it. The Mayfield Wildcats put a bow on a 10-0 regular season as they beat the Kenston Bombers tonight, 24-21. Congratulations to head coach Ross Bandera and his staff and everybody at Mayfield. They are the sole champions of the Western Reserve Conference. And they will be home next week to start a playoff chase in Division II, Region 5. And while everybody's going to be looking at Maslin and Hoban, the Mayfield Wildcats are a very good football team. And they were tested tonight, and they responded to the test several times here in the 4th quarter. By the way, last final here before I get out of here, Jackson beat Hoover 29-23. That will clinch a playoff spot for Jackson. Hoover's got to get either a Willoughby South or Alliance loss to get in, and both those games are close.